As I made mention, the earlier game tonight between Norwood and Woodville was a sensational game of football. Let's take you to the action now, and we take you there at the start of the third quarter.
Second half of the Foundation Cup underway in 89. Romano Negri again opposed to Hall. The big fellas go at it. Hall got it down. Payne over the top, couldn't dispatch the ball. Jackie went through solidly. Clem took the ball, and in doing so, he's won himself a free kick. Darren Clem has been a solid player this evening for the Warriors. Pushes the ball wide to John Martin, who's been in and out of the game. Haylock, late inclusion in the game, as Garth Newton withdrew with an ankle injury, puts the ball to half forward, and Romano Negri with the mark. Mark number 6 for Negri. Puts the ball wide, out on the lead and doing it well, Philip Harper. 2 goals in the first term. Set the Warriors up, but they couldn't go on with it. They have 3 straight goals. This one, however, is going to drift. Oh, touched off hands. Parsons picks up the crumbs. He'll have a snap, bends it back around. No one there for the Warriors. Finally, it's left now to John Martin. Centres the ball to the point of the square. That's the place it should be. Clavey was up, but Hall powerfully put. Bangs the ball through across the line and through for the Warriors' first behind for the night.
David, if you could read John Hall's mind there, he's watching the ball go to and from, up and down. He thought, I'm sick of this. Get rid of this ball, so he came trotting in and with a big punch. Hellier kicks off, goes to Rodney Maynard. Pretty loose, the Warriors. Again, short to Thomas. Thrown him there now. But Thomas might have gone into the centre. Payne. Crumming. Handball. Finds Scanlon. He takes off. The Redlegs are into attack. Kick's not good, though. In the way is Andrew Evans. Goes into the centre to Jacquia. He likes to use the ball through the centre. Fuller. Over there to Schwartz. Schwartz now to Panizza. Now it's the Redlegs' turn to be a bit loose. O'Dwyer coming down. Buckley doesn't go with him. That's lazy. Schwartz has the opportunity to go to Panizza, but decides to kick it himself. Nothing wrong with that. You reckon you can? Big punch. Muster first to it. Oh, he's in a lot of trouble. Schwartz played pretty aggressive footy tonight. Got with the ball, Fosdyke. Good tackle by Jolly. Schwartz gets it out. And a bit of pressure there. In the back or out of bounds. What is it there? It's out of bounds. We'll have a throw in. Only 2 minutes in, third quarter.
Norwood still struggling in the 2 key forward positions, and they'd be looking for a lift there from Mark Butley and Tony Keenan.
Hall, the prime mover. The Ducker, oh, he's been very quiet tonight, now playing at centre-half forward. This is his first kick for the evening. He's lost a boot. The wobbly one, he was looking for Francis. Roving to Pax did that well. The handball long, the running player coming through. Storitsky short, out on the lead. Hine, the big fella. This game is starting to warm up. The tempo has increased. Lynch thumps the ball wide. There's a push in the back. Detman, the recipient. Players starting to get fair dinkum as the heat of the day slowly subsides. Humid conditions at Football Park, and Clavey with a good mark. Good crowd building up here for the opening game of the Foundation season. The Warriors from defence. Panizza again, covering plenty of ground. Good shepherd on that occasion by Fuller. Kick number 10, Panizza. Hellier strongly out. Clavey solidly through. Oh, he's collected by Clem. That was a well-given bump. Clem on the bottom of the pack. Forces the ball underneath him. Now the umpire has no option but to bounce. And Brenton Clavey behind play still feeling the effects of that very heavy knock.
I think he's pretty tough, though. He normally gets up, and he's up again in the hands of the trainers, but he won't be long before he's right back in the fray.
He just likes a bit of a rest, Brenton Clavey. Right there, Peter, he is pretty tough. Haylock works the ball back. Finds Martin. Short chip. Harper has 2. He gives over to Jolly. Play on's the call. Into the goal. Unlucky. It's the aluminium. So the Warriors, 3-goal, 2-20. Draw it away here at Footy Park. 4 minutes in, third quarter.
1 point still the margin. Is Rowan Hellier. 91 games under his belt. Pushes the ball to the outer side. Vandermeer paddles it forward. Fuller intercepts. They're starting to tackle vigorously, the Redlegs. Romano Negri lines up the goals. It's on its way. The goal umpire has a good look at it. It's a goal.
Great play by Negri there. He was 40 yards out, lined up, and put it straight through the middle. Something you don't normally see the big man doing, but it was a great effort, and now Woodville are right back in this contest, and Norwood will have to lift their game to get back into the fray.
Football by Woodville. Romano Negri in your screen. Big, powerful giant. That's 7 kicks. Kicked a goal. We've got plenty of tap-outs. Because Woodville are without John Klug tonight. And, he's a pretty powerful sort of player. They've lost Shimmer in retirement and a couple of others as well. So the youngsters with an opportunity from the bounce. Another one of those hot decisions, I would have thought. Couldn't quite pick it up. They go through Lunn, the Warriors forward. Craig Lambert came on in the second quarter. Lunn again, caught over the shoulder, I would have thought. That's the way the umpire sees it. And by Steve Wayne. He's coupled up with Steve Semler tonight. And they're pretty much in control. If anything, I would have said they're just a little bit too hot on this holding the ball decision, but we'll be arguing about that till Kingdom Come, I would think. It's always been an issue in footy. Big haul in the way.
I think the players are just settling down to that rule. You've got to remember that it's the umpire's first night at their interpretation of the rule, and really on the whole they've probably done a pretty good job. They've had to pay the free kick 5 or 6 times. Probably a couple of times they've been a little bit hot, but on the whole I think they've done a pretty good job.
You're right, Pete. You don't have to be nice to those umpires anymore.
Benez's kick. Jolly bustles for possession. Free kick. Bosdyke. Bosdyke, the left foot kick. Oh, Romano Negri starting to really work himself into this game. The crowd's starting to warm up as well. Football in 89 is here. Fuller goes long. Underneath that one, John Martin. Good mark. Started quietly. Another one of the Warrior players starting to work himself into this game. Kick number 8.
It's Graham Campbell's favourite pocket, this, and he doesn't believe goals can be kicked in this pocket, so it'll be interesting to see what John Martin can do from about 35 metres out.
No breeze to speak of. Martin is a good, reliable kick normally. This one drifting wide, just hit the post, so the accuracy not quite there. That's the 3rd time tonight the players have hit the aluminium.
Hellier to bring the ball back in. Solid defender. High. From there by Vandermeer. Doing it well. Forward they go. Ducker underneath it. Lunn with him. Ducker going to a forward pocket now. Got a position on the ground. He can seem to find a kick in at nights like that. Thomas. A little quiet too. Ducker. There's a touch for Scanlon. Has to get around a few. Back to Ducker. He's in trouble. Sees Francis. Punches it towards him. Can't get there. 19 was Parsons. Detman. Haylock in the picture. Buckley comes through. Parsons saw him. Oh, Buckley runs around, straightens up, goes goalwards, but offline. And the big fella with the long sleeve jumper. Not now for being a straight kick, but dear me, Woodville defence pretty slack there to give a player of his pace and literally give him 3 or 4 seconds to get back on that left foot.
Penalty kick. Oh, it's a long 50-metre penalty. In fact, it was a free kick downfield. Schwartz was infringed with. The kick grandstand side. Coming out, making good ground to take the mark. Clem, short. Cleverly done. Parsons down from defence. Former Sandy Bay player. Chip short. Oh, he's found Cronin. Fortunately, Cronin has been paid for a push in the back. He takes umbrance at the treatment he received. Much travelled player, Phil Cronin, valuable recruit for the Warriors. Kick number 5. Opened well in the first term, but not sided much during the second. As John Hall leaps from behind, he almost claimed the mark. He tried to. Oh, this is dangerous. Off hands and through for one behind him. That's the second point that John Hall has conceded tonight.
Brenton Clavey giving away a 15-yard penalty there. Probably one of Brenton's faults is that perhaps he leaves his tackles a little bit too late.
I don't think there's any doubt about that at all, Pete. Vandermeer with the ball. Bosdyke goes long towards half forward. Payne and Detman towards it. Been picking up the Rovers tonight. Payne in front. There's plenty of work to do, and he's done it pretty well. In your picture there, Payne with a strong tackle. Good solid stuff. And the ball out of bounds. Nearly 10 minutes gone, third quarter. Not much in the game. It's the Warriors by 7 points, and 40 grand on the end of this. Plenty of pressure for the players. Negri with the tap. Thomas picks it up. Payne quickly out. Fires to Scanlon. His left foot kick towards Buckley. Good punch by Dwyer. Parsons picks it up, goes wide. Looking out there for Panizza.
It's a scuffle behind play at the moment. Tony Keenan and Romano Negri started it off, and there's a few players all caught. Just now they're separating. I think Romano looks a little bit worse for wear.
This is a tough nut though, Pete. And he's still going on with it, so he's giving Keenan his uppance. Lester Ross, aerial ping pong, but Clavey with the free kick over the shoulder. Francis, very good player tonight. Kick number 10. Schwartz with the mark. Plays on cleverly to Detman. That beard really hasn't affected his performance. He's played well. Negri on the left boot. Oh, the big thump on came from Clem. Was well done. Now the Warriors working the ball around. Clavey smothered. Lester Ross support. Scanlon, the acting captain. Off to Francis, best first-year player 1988 and playing well tonight. Buckley. Oh, he lacks a yard, but he doesn't lack anything in courage. He really put himself in the line there. In doing so, he picked up the free. Buckley, kick number 9. Centres the ball. Hine up in front of Lynch. He's too tall for that player. Lynch's recovery is better. Now Lund. Steadies. Brought the ball back towards centre-half forward. This is dangerous. Oh, putting himself in the line was Romano Negri. He needed to do that. Fuller, nowhere to go. Finally the handball wide in support. Panizza. Over the top he goes. The Warriors can run. Martin through centre-half forward. And up there taking a good mark. In fact, it was Martin Jolly, the player, that put that ball in. Into the pocket it goes. Cronin's there in front of Clavey and 30 metres out. On a fairly tight angle, Phil Cronin has the mark. He elects to concede ground, improve the angle. Parsons drifting down from defence has the mark 40 metres out.
Cronin used the space well there, moving into the pocket and then centering the ball. Now lining up now from 30 metres out. Parsons.
Deliberate shot for goal. Goal umpire drifts across. It's hit the post again. The fourth time tonight that post has been hit. And Neville, let's hope that the aluminium up there is quite rigid. We don't want to see a Lee Matthews where the post disintegrates.
Let's hope not. But the game's pretty interesting now. Third quarter. Only 8 points in it. Forward pocket for the Warriors. Francis comes out with the ball. Good smother there by Lambert. Around the corner, Thorpe. Just inside or just outside? Just inside's the call. Too lucky. Redlegs really don't need the Warriors to go forward at the moment. As Peter pointed out earlier in the night, the Redlegs just really haven't been able to set anything up at centre-half forward and full forward. Becker's been to centre-half forward. Buckley's interchanged there back to full forward, and they really don't look any better for it. Having to run the ball. Hall with the tap down. And again, does the crummy. Feeds it out. Clem intercepts. Francis, Schwartz through. And Schwartz not happy. Turns around and says, Tony Francis, and we'll play you again this year sometime. Tony Francis says, I didn't do anything. Tony Francis in your screen. Only his second year. 21 plays 29, 8 points in it. Both sides fielding the best available. Hall. Over the shoulder. Big John Hall with a free kick. He'll take that just forward to the back pocket for the Redlegs.
113 games in 8 seasons. That handball wasn't a good one, however. Hellier put Thorpe under plenty of pressure. Hall recovers, grandstand side. They've had 5 possessions and not gained any ground, the Redlegs, and that's been the passage of play tonight. Both sides have played very short.
Yes, I can't really understand it, David. They have played very short, and I think players are getting a little bit tired now and getting a little bit frustrated.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Just looking to give the ball up as quickly as they can. Really no power in their legs after 3/4 of this heat, but the Redlegs come away with it. Rodney Maynard, Hyder Keenan under the ball. Good defence. Evans back with it. We're lucky not to give away a free kick. Payne. There's that rule. And Tony Keenan against Lund gets the free kick. Scanlon now towards Buckley. Oh, good defence, there's O'Dwyer. Oh, he slipped. I don't agree with that.
Pretty ordinary decision there, and I thought just earlier it was very harsh on the holding the ball rule there. The rule states that you've got to be correctly tackled, and I thought he was crushed. And then Mark Buckley slipping has received a free kick.
Only about 30 metres out. This will be his 10th kick. Des O'Dwyer has not put a foot wrong all night. Had Mark Ducker shifted off him and only had 2 points against him. Now it's 1 goal 2. It's not your fault, Des O'Dwyer, but the Redlegs, they fight back. There's only 2 points in it at the 15-minute mark on World 9's Wide World of Sports.
That's the first goal since the 8-minute mark of the first quarter for Norwood. That's taken a long while, but Mark Buckley's brought them closer.
Two minutes the difference on Nine's Wide World of Sports coverage of the Foundation Cup. Romano Negri has had to ruck all night for the Warriors. No support. They've got very little height in this side, the Warriors. As Fosdyke clears the ball out of the centre, Lynch thumps the ball down. Now Keenan really has started to get himself into this game. Thomas short, Ducker through the handball wide. Oh, he missed Vandermeer by a mile, or 1.6 kilometres. And now Fosdyke unable to get the ball as it goes across the line. And Peter, you must say that Mark Ducker really does appear to be lacking a bit of touch.
Yeah, he certainly hasn't had a good night, but you know, it is the first game of the year, and he's a great player, and he did miss a bit last year with injury, but I really believe that he's a talented player, and we'll see a lot better from him tonight.
The loose kick goes to Stanlin. He'll look for Hall and Muster. Well, Buckley it was. Couldn't take it. Good defensive work. The Warriors playing it pretty tough down there. And he's deliberate against Evans. There's absolutely no doubt about the fact he wanted the ball to go to bounds, but so does every backman. Keenan goes short. Poetic justice. O'Dwyer intercedes it, gives it to Fuller, and they relieve the pressure to Panizza. So a few disruptive decisions, the one to Buckley, and then that deliberate out of bounds against Evans. But the Warriors haven't paid the price for it yet. As Clem takes the crumb very cleverly, but runs out of bounds. Grandstand side, so we have a throw in right in front of our commentary box on the wing here at Football Park.
A good crowd building for this clash. Last year's premiers, the Woodville Warriors, playing Norwood, who could only manage third in last year's season.
DeBrini on and Panizza off.
Panizza really perhaps just off for a rest. He's been a live wire tonight. O'Dwyer, one of the Warriors' best, and Hine, another strong mark. Hine to Thomas. The kick was long. Buckley, they're trying to pick out Buckley, and he's working very hard. The bottom of that pack, he was unable to get clear. In fact, he's received a free for pushing the back. Now he plays on quickly. Oh, that was cleverly done. Ducker has a paddock. He can go over the top. Oh, he would normally have taken that mark, Ducker. But tonight he is not having his best. Early days, of course. Fosdyke, fine mark. Well, Mark Ducker needs to work through that. All players have that sort of patch. You're better off to get them out of the way early. Fuller under pressure. Lynch to O'Dwyer. Hurried ricochet kick. Goes to Clavey. He can line up the goals. Bends it back. But the ball has gone wide. Out of bounds on the full, and Clavey picks himself up behind play.
Plenty of pressure by the Warrior defence. They're doing it pretty well. In the sense that they can hang on here. They might knock powerful Redleg side right off, and it's on the cards. They're doing it well. Tony Keenan will do battle against Romano Negri. The latter gets the tap to Fuller. Goes back towards the Woodville, the Norwood goals. In fact, to find Evans. His high kick around the corner. No result. Jaffrey hit around the head pretty hard, but all's fair. Muster over the top of the fall. Jolly there as well. So is number 27, Phil Cronin, the recruit from Footscray and several other places. He's had a few kicks tonight. Done pretty well playing out of the centre on the ball. Another bounce.
Scanlon takes the ball from the bounce. Vandermeer couldn't get clear. Now Scanlon does. Acting captain. Played well. So's Clavey. Battled hard. Kick is wide and well put to Keith Thomas. Really just finding the tempo of South Australian football again after 2 years with Fitzroy. France is short. Buckley infringed. And first, second year in South Australian football. Tonight he's starting to make an impression. Former Carlton and Brisbane Bear player. Natural left footer, kick number 11 coming up. Ducker coming off for a rest. I think that's merciful, Neil Baum. Mark Ducker will see better nights. Sheedy on. As Buckley. With 1 goal, 2 to his name. Deliberately lines up. The umpire goes galloping, but it's all clear. Hits the goal. That's the second to Buckley.
Yes, Mark Buckley's lifted his game. Norwood will be looking for big things from him this year. After having a disappointing year last year, being out quite often with injury, Mark Ducker will be an important key position player for Norwood up forward.
I agree with you there, Peter. He's pretty robust and he likes to play on, typical VFL style. Doesn't mind a bit of body. And, he wouldn't be the most talented in terms of hands and skills, but that doesn't always matter. Pine up high doesn't do him much good. Romano Negri gets the tap. Thrown through pretty hard, but there's that rule again. And he and Labey just sorting themselves out with the ball. Payne. For the Redlegs, doing the roving here tonight with Francis. High to half forward. Buckley was his target. Couldn't take it. Francis resting in the pocket. He'll use his pace around Parsons. Has he got enough? Brings it back home, but can't turn it around enough. 3 points and 1 on the full. Just can't seem to run straight at the goals, Tony Francis, but certainly getting enough shots at it.
Quite right, Neville. Peter Carey made the comment the Rovers must kick those goals. Tony Francis, this exciting prospect. Caldwell not in possession. He's picked himself up a free kick. I thought he was a bit lucky.
Yeah, he was tackled, got rid of the ball, but then was hung on to and probably deserved a free kick in the finish. But it's going to be a very difficult shot from the goal from here, in probably what's the dead pocket down the northern end.
15-metre penalty brings him back within distance. 45 metres out. He's not a long kick normally. This one stretching for distance, and in doing so, he's popped it out of bounds on the full. So, as Neville Roberts told you earlier, 3 points and now 2 out of bounds on the full. Not a good return for a Rover shooting for goal.
He's technically got all the skills, Tony Francis, and he probably shouldn't be too clinical about execution this time of year, but once again, all sides want to win this Foundation Cup. There is just so much cash. We know that all the constituents of the SANFL, the clubs that is, really do want it. The Warriors through Detman, just showing the tenacity that has made him a very valuable player for the Warriors tonight. Gives off to Jacquia. He likes to use the ball, as we've said before. Goes inside in the centre of the ground Fuller. Or Parsons. Correction, Parsons to Schwartz. Put him under a lot of pressure. Buckley closes. He won't let him play on. Grandstand side. Play on's the call. Drop punt to half forward. Underneath it, Martin. Good punch away by Clavey. It's good defensive work. And at the moment, probably a battle of defences. As on the half-forward line for the Warriors. 33 plays 29. And with the Redlegs just in front, it's probably the Warriors having just as much of the footy.
Siren sounds to complete the third term at Football Park in the opening round of the Foundation Cup. Norwood 4 goals 9-33 lead the Woodville Warriors 4 goals 5-29 on Nine's Wide World of Sports. Final term of the opening match of the Foundation Cup on Nine's Wide World of Sports. John Hall opposed to Negri again. Both players missed the ball. It's happened many times tonight. There's a player pile driven into the ground. Free kick for certain. Fosdyke on the left boot. A beautiful kick, Fosdyke. He's found Buckley. That was a superb distribution of a kick. Buckley found the space. Fosdyke put it beautifully. 4 marks and 12 kicks to Buckley. Quiet season with injury and form last season has opened well this year. 2 goals 2, both his goals during that third term when the Redlegs needed them. In fact, he scored their only 2 goals during that quarter. In fact, he scored their entire score of 2 goals 1 during that third term. Buckley leans back on it. Oh, he's bent it through. Nicely done, Mark Buckley. Good start for the final term, the Redlegs, and this game is really starting to warm up and the crowd enjoying it.
Yes, good crowd here tonight. Probably 10 or 11,000 here, and Mark Buckley starting to make a strong point at centre half forward. And
sorry, Peter. In your screen, of course. Tough-looking player. At the bounce, Romano Negri, in he comes. Tall that gets the tap, though. Scanlon comes out with it. Quickly to Fosdyke. The Redlegs are back into attack. Vandermeer, strong mark. Alex Lund couldn't control that. And the Redlegs now trying to use the ball a bit deeper. They force the ball in high. On that occasion, over the top of Sheedy. O'Dwyer had a faultless night. On that occasion, Fosdyke in the way. Duncan Fosdyke, he's a beautiful kicker of the ball. That's his sixth kick. Centres the ball. Tries on that occasion to give Pascoe a chance. But the Warriors will leave only again to be intercepted, this time by Thomas. Keith Thomas, back from Fitzroy, previous champion of the club, goes towards Sheedy, couldn't take it. O'Dwyer again, having a great night, almost the Warriors' best. Clavey against champion. Well done, Bretton Clavey, as he comes back in, he'll try and use it. Oh, he had Pascoe or Sheedy. Found Pascoe, the left footer. He'll send it deep. Goes towards Hine. Wrong foots him. Out in front, doing it very well, is Robert Lynch.
Lynch, an experienced player, over 100 games for the Warriors. Oh, on this occasion, it's come unstuck. This could be a goal to the Redlegs. Mistakes pay. Not on that occasion. Offline and through for one behind. Fosdyke, the player with the left foot snap.
There's O'Dwyer and Lynch doing a fine job on the last line of defence. There's O'Dwyer just about to kick out.
With the ball, he placed it nicely. That was beautifully put to Jackia, creating the space. Oh, he let... I thought he might have been infringed, but the umpire's given a 15-metre penalty against Justin Scanlon. Clavey up in front, brought the ball to ground, not paid the mark, play on the call. It slips clear and across the line. Vandermeer unable to hold the ball in play. And the Norwood Redleg small men starting to come into the game. Francis, Vandermeer, Clavey, Thomas. Now Hall. Romano Negri has rucked all night for the Warriors without a rest. Francis, bottom of the pack. Jolly, unable to get through. Thorpe pushes the ball in long, but too wide on that occasion for Sheedy, and the ball is out of play. We've had almost 4 minutes in the final term of the Foundation Cup.
40 plays 29, and the Redlegs just edged a bit ahead in the last part of that third quarter and early this quarter. Can the Warriors get back into it? Time will tell. Francis first to it. Well done, Phil Cronin. New recruit. Settled down pretty well as well. Players can't prevent it from going out of bounds. 4 minutes gone. As we mentioned before, 40,000 first prize, 25,000 second prize. What a lovely way to start the season. Something you don't really budget for. Negri, another tap. Thomas, quickly to Muster. Goes backwards to Buckley. Quickly on his left foot. Didn't really have a look. Scott Parsons read it beautifully. Going the wrong way was Courage. Puts it out in front there of Lynch and Jolly. In fact, it's DeBrenny and Jolly. Good Shepherd. DeBrenny now. On his left hand. Gives it over there to Martin. He goes Gowards. Oh, he's got it. His first of Nine's Wide World of Sports.
From the spectators' viewpoint, not so comfortable for the players. This game started very slowly. Really has warmed up as the temperatures drop. And Cronin now storms out of the centre. The Warriors are on the march. Into the pocket they go. Back underneath that one, Champion. Oh, he's hardly been sighted tonight. He pops up right at the right time. In fact, this will be his first kick.
Champion just holding his ground there, just holding young Thorpe out, and now he's got the chance to put Woodville in front.
Champion deliberately. What a crucial kick. 6 minutes in to the final term. He's popped it through. They've hit the front. The Warriors have the lead by a point, and they're starting to storm home.
Well, indeed they are. And on that occasion, the Warriors, through Champion, making good use of the footy. Watched Richard Champion play a lot of footy in the reserves over the past few years. He's shown a bit, and indeed the Brisbane Bears wanted him. He chose to stay in town. Good thing for the Warriors. He might have just been a big element in their task for that 40,000.
The fans getting their money's worth tonight. 40 plays 41. The Warriors have the lead by a point. Hall crashes through, so too Scanlon, but he can't come clear with it. Jacquier clears it out of the centre. Now with the run of the ball, Darren de Brenny feeds it back to Haylock. A late inclusion and hasn't played badly. Pick number 10 it was. Lester Ross in trouble, gets the ball clear. Oh, there's a free kick for a push in the back. Lester Ross, the recipient, lucks a fortune. The Warriors were storming towards goal through Harper. Harper with 2 already has been a key forward early in the game, has drifted out in the second half. Haylock strongly over the top. The umpire will now come in and sort out the players, and Pete, I just can't help but thinking the players really are starting to lift their work rate now.
Yeah, they're really pushing hard. This is obviously the quarter that's going to set up the win for either side, and it's really looking like a very close contest.
Thomas, left foot, back to half forward. Great mark, Detman. Oh, he's had a good game looking after those resting Rovers. Back towards the centre of the ground. Romano Negri high. With him there, Martin. Couldn't take it. Hall pushes it out under the ground. Probably a throw. Wasn't sighted. Forward they go, the Warriors. Oh, good tackle, Cronin on Ross. That'll be holding the ball. I think the umpire rightly there thought that Cronin had actually hurled the ball in despite Ross's efforts to get it out, but gee, they weren't by consistency. Probably should have gone that way. Jolly around the corner. First to it, Hellier. Save the day for the legs.
I think you're quite right, Neville. That new rule where a player dives on the ball, he must dispose of it instantaneously. He's kicked the goal. What about that? We'll see that replayed. It's a point. Forever and a day. He tried to pass the ball back to Thorpe, but it went through the opposition goal. And Rowan Hellier, how do you feel?
That was unbelievable. I don't think I've ever seen that before. What a great kick it was.
Well, Pete, I must admit I've seen it in soccer, but never ever in an Australian rules football match, and that's one we'll see for many times to come.
One day, Craig Barham missed kick on a kick out, so short pass to Rick Davies, 10 metres out. I guess that's just as embarrassing. Oh, the bounce goes Payne's way. Detman showed the force. Great pass, Payne. Hall on a lead. Sheedy it is. Oh, the blonde hair confused me. First touch for Sheedy. I thought he was running a bit fast for Hall. I've seen Hawley run that fast in my life. 20 metres, 30 metres out, straight in front. Two of the legs would love this. Not on this occasion. One behind only. So 5-11-41 the legs. They trail the Warriors 6-6-42. And a smell of victory for the Warriors, maybe.
A fair while to go yet, Rock. Don't give up if you're a Red League fan. They're still right in this game. 1 point the margin. 9.5 minutes gone. What a way to open the 1989 football season. Foundation Cup. Great football in great conditions at a perfect arena. The West Lakes Football Park Stadium. Oh, pass and used his body well. Gave Skowitsky a slight nudge. Experience. The kick is not good. Clavey, fine player. Playing out the centre forward. The player that's holding the ball, it must be. Well, he started to wander across the mark. The umpire called it play on. They have been consistent on that ruling this evening. So half forward it goes. Good mark taken there. Appears to be Harper. Got the front position in front of Thorpe.
I really think, David, that Woodville are starting to show their superior fitness. They've had a very, very tough pre-season campaign and look the fitter side at the moment.
Is it touched off hands or Harper's got his third? Oh, it's a goal. The umpire's given the all clear. Hellier reckons he touched it. Oh, there's a blue behind play. Don't tell me that the Foundation Cup is not serious. The goal umpire continues on. He waves the flags unperturbed. Hellier disturbed. He claims it was touched, and I tend to agree with him. Pete, what did you think?
Well, I know one thing, David, he won't change his mind, and that's 6 points on the board for Woodville.
Obviously not a Red League supporter. But you're dead right. All Hellier can do now is just play good footy. Romano Negri on him. He's got enough to worry about without worrying about the umpire's performance. And whether it was touched or not doesn't matter much. The score's on the board. The Warriors are back in front. 7 points worth. That's 2 scores. And the Red Leagues, the task in front of them.
Respondent Rowan Hellier. Oh, gee, I'd love to find out if this game goes down to only a point or 2. That could be a crucial decision. Is it one for the 4-umpire system? Who knows? The Warriors into attack again. Peter Carey's picked, but they've found a cog. Lester Ross, under plenty of pressure, dispatches the kick. The crowd's enjoying it. The Warriors are firing. The Redlegs trying to fight them off. Goritsky goes to ground, called to play on. Now Clavey bends one back. It's out of bounds on the field. They're clustered. 7 points down. Almost 12 minutes gone in the final term of the opening Foundation Cup of 89. And Woodville Warriors, the night premiers in 88, are starting to gain control.
Evans back towards half forward, pretty wide. Phil Cronin around the corner. That's high underneath it. Elliott, you won't have to worry about catching it. It's out of bounds on the full. They'll try and set themselves up from here. He goes inside to Muster. They want to be careful. I don't need any mistakes now. Lester Ross. This comes to the left. I think he felt some opposition. Goes towards Vandermeer. Francis there first. The nipping little rover loses control. Gets it back. Uses his pace. Champion not quite up to it. That was his 15th kick. But Evans in the way again. He'll relieve the pressure. On they go. Through the centre to Jacquia. Good pressure by Scanlon. Goes across the ground. Oh, they didn't want to lose it here. McDonald takes the mark. And forward go the Warriors.
It's a nice long kick, but it's into no man's land. There's no Woodville Warrior player underneath that kick. Lester Ross will be first player there. Clem runs him down, but in doing so has given away a free kick. The umpire's played the advantage. Now play on. Gee, the Redlegs got the raw end of that stick. Muster, under pressure again, pushes it towards Pascoe. The long arm reaches out, but he couldn't control it. Oh, the ball sprung from Vandermeer's hand. Champion, well down from full forward, back playing in defence. The kick is long, out on the lead. Oh, Harper. Started well in the first term, drifted out, but he has really brought himself back into this game this final term. Kick number 8, long. Romano Negri. Oh, he missed it. The big fella nearly got it. Now Elliott trips over. Desperate work in defence. Oh, good work. Cronin full of the opportunity for the kick forward. Who can get there? John Martin for the Warriors. Francis caught, play on. Hall in defence. Hellier again. Clavey. All the Warriors have found something. The desperation has been brilliant. They're backing up. 3 players at the ball. Getman down to defence. Bangs it in long. Romano Negri. Maynard pushed the ball wide. Hellier. Desperate stakes. A scrappy kick. Fosdyke it was with the kick. Now Schwartz. Where's Buckley? Can he get clear? 2 on 1. No, he can't. Well done, the Warriors. They're moving the ball around quickly. In fact, Lester Ross thumped the ball clear. Champion. No, there's a free kick. The ball will come back. The Woodville Warriors will have the free kick, and Philip Harper will take it.
Norwood defence starting to look tired and starting to give away silly free kicks, and Harper showed in the first quarter that he can kick straight, and this is a very important kick for Woodville.
They lead by 7 points. The goal here would put them 13 points clear and make it very difficult for the Redlegs. It's offline, however, on this occasion. 3 for 1 behind. So the Warriors, after kicking 3 goals straight to half-time, now have 7 goals 7, leading the Redlegs 5 goals 11, and Jared Thorpe is carried from the field.
Jared Thorpe on your screen coming off. Obviously, pretty serious. Ducker's gone back on. Had an atrocious night. They need a goal kicker now if they ever needed one. Scanlon to Fosdyke under pressure is pretty good play. Pascoe can't control it. Ball out of bounds. 41 plays 49, and the Woodville Warriors, who we all remember when the competition was called the Escort Cup last year, they were the premiers. They know how to play night footy.
We'll make a prediction, Rock. Can the Redlegs come back?
Well, we remember last year when they were in this similar situation against this side, they did, and I think that might be in the minds of the Woodville players. Payne to Pascoe, plenty of pressure. Scanlon chips it around the corner high. I want Sheedy to mark this. But Dwyer, Thomas, Ducker, the full forward. Stahine can't control it. Francis, can he get there? Can't. Well done, Lynch. Francis there now. Chips around, has a shot at goal. Crossed the face of goal, out of bounds on the full. Great defence by the Woodville Warriors as they hold fast.
Francis has kicked 3 points and 3 out in the full tonight, and really he's spoiled his game. He hasn't quite been able to finish it off. He's certainly had a ton of possessions.
Quite right, Pete. He's picked up a number of possessions around the ground, but up forward he has let the side down. It's early days. He's picked up 22 possessions. been one of their better players, but his finishing hasn't been good. This man's finishing has. Clavey, we were perhaps a little surprised that he started in the centre, but his game tonight has been full of character. Kick number 13. Dwyer, another good player in defence for the Warriors. Pascoe back, Keith Thomas back from Fitzroy. Welcome back, Keith. Nicely placed, Staritsky. Keith Thomas took a little while to find his feet, but really has started to come into the game. There's a push. No play on the call. I thought it was a free for Payne. One it was who farmed the ball out. Parsons quickly on. McDonald on the left boot. Under pressure. Well done, Rodney Maynard. Out of bounds on the full. He just kept coming at McDonald. The pressure was sufficient.
Good pressure from Norwood. They really haven't put as much pressure as the Warriors have tonight. But they're really lifting their workload now. They sense they'll lose this game if they don't get a move on. Maynard. Long to half forward. Ducker high. Can't take the catch. Good defensive work again. 17 minutes gone. 41 plays 49. They've got to kick 2 goals, Norwood. Can they do it? Throw in. Half forward for the Redlegs. Pascoe will do the ruck work. Gets the knock. Against Evans, Ducker. One of his few kicks tonight. Will the ball sit for Francis? It won't. Cronin makes sure of that. Detman. If you go back, free kick against Francis. And the indication was in the back. Really don't need inexperienced free kicks like that going against him at this stage of the game.
A difficult one. Cronin launched himself at Francis. I think it was more a defensive action than anything. Quick reaction. Oh, champion. Good mark. Oh, the handball. Oh. Scanlon off to Muster. The Redlegs into attack. They need 2 goals. One here would be very handy. Hall's playing at full forward. They need the big fella to take him up. With the free kick, it's against O'Dwyer. And John Hall will take the kick. Normally a very reliable kicker for goal for a big fella. Peter Carey will take me to task on that. Kick number 5. Plenty of work around the ground. Burst into the forward line. Deliberately lines them up. Oh, he's got it, I think he has. The Redlegs need another goal. They now trail by only 3 points. Francis has found the mark at the right time. Woodville fans on the edge of their seat. Can they come back? They held the momentum early in this term, but the Redlegs have fought back, and as Rocky's told you, they have a habit of doing this against the Warriors, particularly in night matches at Football Park. Scanlon's kick is long. 21.5 minutes gone. There may only be 2 or 3 minutes to go. Thomas bursts through on the left boot. A point here would be very handy, but it's out of bounds on the full. They lead by only 4 points with perhaps a couple of minutes to go.
Of course, 21 minutes plus time on is the there's Neil Barham on your screen issuing instructions, and back from his honeymoon in Service Paradise. Honeymoon's certainly over, Barham, I can tell you that right now. Thomas. 21 minutes plus time on is what I began to tell you. On that left foot, in towards full forward, but in the way. Looks like one. Handball's long. Fuller to Lynch. The Warriors with a chance. Cox over the top of the ball. Met heavily. Glenn picks up. Chips out wide. Panizza. Over the top, the champion. Can he make a hero of himself? Into the square. And they go. What a great goal, Harper. That's his foot. On the Warriors back in front of Norwood Wide World of Sports.
Well, can the Warriors turn the tables and